I want to take a second today to try to convince you as to why the old saying, patience is a virtue, is actually a very true statement. So I want to talk about three specific things today. Number one, I want to talk about how we see success in moments over time and not only in a single moment. So just think back to your last New Year's resolution. Maybe you wanted to lose that last 10 pounds, or maybe you wanted to get to the gym and you wanted to create some consistency in the gym in January and you didn't want to be out of there by February or March. If you saw success in either one of those goals, they were found through moments happening over and over and over. There's no secret sauce in just doing something one time. So if you eat chicken breast and broccoli, that doesn't equal success. But if you eat healthy, whole foods over a long period of time, i.e. moments, that's going to get you closer to those goals. And that's only one example, but we can think of millions where, yes, we can strike while the iron's hot, or we can find accidental success, but we're not going to find long-term success if we're just focused on a single moment in time and we're not thinking about consistently implementing that behavior over various moments over a long period of time. The next thing I want to talk about is this idea these ideas and the differences between consistency versus intensity. So I just wanted to lay this out in a nice power time curve format. And this just represents how we can see very fast success when we approach things very hard charging and in an intense manner. But usually what happens is we're thinking about the short term when we do that. And when we think about the short term, maybe we're hard charging, and I'll give you a specific example here. Let's say you're going to the gym and you're like, I want to have success in the next 60 days. So I'm going to go and I'm going to hit this thing really, really hard. And whatever you're doing in the gym might be unsustainable, but you're seeing success. But you're going to find a point in time where you're going to get hurt. You're going to lose that motivation that was keeping you going. You're going to lose that will to go into the gym and feel pain to equal that success that you're seeing. And then you're going to slowly or quickly fall off over time. Versus if you approached it with this idea of, I want to be really consistent, right? If my abilities are here, I want to work right here and I want to do that over time consistently, you're not going to see the fast success that you saw in that intense model. But what I wanted to represent is the long-term success, or how we can take that idea of consistency over a long period of time and how we can beat that idea of intensity. It's going to take a little bit longer. That intersection is further to the right, but we're maintaining that and we're not falling off of a cliff. One example that I like to give is intense exercise versus how we propose clients should exercise in the gym. And what I usually say is, if you follow that intense model, you're going to see quicker success. But if you follow a long-term, consistent, working within your capabilities model, you're going to see slower success, but you're going to see larger amount success over a longer period of time. So that's not proposing, one's better than the other. If the idea is that you want to be consistent and successful over a long period of time, I would go with the consistent model. And then the last idea, which connects to the moment and the moments and the consistency versus the intensity, is this idea of long-term success and short-term success. And this is here in the model, it's displayed. So as you speak to yourself or speak to your clients, just ask yourself the question, what is the goal? What is the outcome? Where do we both want to go? If the goal is to compete in this thing in 60 days, the intense model might be the right choice. I'm not judging you for that. But if the goal is, hey, I want to do this and I want to stick to it for a long period of time, you're taking the long game approach, and you need to be really aligned in terms of what that long game approach looks like. It might look like understanding your capabilities. It might look like laying out a longer term, 1 year, 2 year, 4 year plan and look at, okay, what does this look like over time and how am I going to step this up over time? Because I don't actually care what it looks like in 60 days. At 60 days, I just want to be consistent. And then I want to do it for another 60 days and then another 60 days and then another 60 days until you reach that 2, 4, 10-year mark. And that the idea of long-term success and looking out what you want those outcomes to be in the longer term, that's your beacon, that is your North Star, and it's not just getting there quickly.